Yeah, we're heading in the right direction. We just have to be more consistent. You know, a lot of guys are getting reps, a lot of young guys, and so they're kind of getting thrown in the fire, going against a defense that is, to me, a seasoned defense, and guys that know what they're doing over there and are flying around, so they're making our job tough. But we've just got to be more consistent and have a little more grit. And that's going to come. But overall, as a staff, we're pleased with the progress. We've got to go out Wednesday and have a great practice, and then guys have to go out Saturday in front of 90,000 and show what they can do. So we're pleased, but there's still work to be done.
What do you want to see out of this red-white game on Saturday?
Yeah, guys making plays, whichever team I'm on winning. No, but just guys going out there having fun, execution. You know, we're going to keep the game plan simple. We're going to let guys run around, make plays. We're not trying to trick the defense or the other team or anything. We want guys to go out there and have the opportunity to make plays. It's going to be a great atmosphere, 90,000, game-like situation. So we want to see which guys, younger guys who haven't played a lot, which one of those guys step up and can handle, you know, an environment like it's going to be and make plays and execute. And stay healthy. We got to make sure we get out of the spring game healthy. And then health and probably execution are the two keys.
Are the quarterbacks going to be no contact jerseys?
Yeah, there'll be no contact. You know, we're going to keep them upright. Now they're going to run the football, but just like we've done all spring, they're going to be protected.
How's Adrian evolved here this spring from starting to where you're at right now?
Maturing. It seems like every day he adds another element of maturity and that leadership qualities coming out of him. You know, he comes to work every day ready to go, and that's number one. That's the most impressive thing about him, is that each day he's ready to go. He's focused, he's ready to go, and he's bringing guys along with him. So the receivers, they know that, you know, it's not acceptable to drop a ball. It's not acceptable to run the wrong route. And if they do, he's the one getting on them, and not me. And so he's taking that step with the freedom and the right to get on guys when they don't do the right thing.
Is there anything he's done physically better this spring than maybe he did at the end of last season?
Well, he's gotten bigger, stronger in the weight room, and you can tell when he's out on that field. You know, he probably weighs more than he did last year, faster than he was. And so with him, it's just continue to make the right decisions, continue to protect the football as Coach Verduzco would have him to do, and continue to lead. And this summer is going to be important for the quarterbacks and the leaders to take those guys in the player-led summer drills to lead those guys and make sure they're doing the right thing so they can get better even when the coaches aren't around.
How are the receivers kind of doing? Obviously, they lost Stanley Morgan. Are they kind of holding their own and being able to move on without him? And just kind of
we have to. We have to. It's going to be hard to replace a Stanley Morgan, but we got to find, you know, 2 or 3 guys that can replace his productivity. The guys are competing. Once again, it comes down to guys showing up every day in and day out, being consistent on the perimeter, blocking, running routes, running to win. So you know, we've got a ways to go, but the guys are. You know, the guys have made a step. They've taken a step in the right direction. But to replace a Stanley, we've got to take even another step. And so, you know, we want to finish strong Wednesday, Saturday, and then make sure this summer that the guys are getting better. And you know, anytime you go against our defense, day in and day out, our secondary, you're going to get better. And those guys got to just keep competing with those with the secondary.
Who are some of those receivers that maybe have made the biggest jumps?
Yeah, biggest jump probably Andre Hunt. I mean, he's working with the first string, and he's making plays, and he's just matured, and he understands the offense, so he can play fast. And what's probably impressed me the most is last year he kind of had some days where the focus and concentration wasn't there, and he'd have some drops, and now he's focused, he's seeing the ball in. He's probably the most consistent pass catcher that's been out there, so he's done a great job. You know, Jamie Nance, we've thrown a lot at him, so you know, he's good that he was here and he's able to go through spring and know what it takes and know what this offense is all about, and he'll have he'll make a jump this summer, obviously. Mike Williams is doing a good job. You know, he's, as I say all the time, he's explosive, and you know, as a whole, we just have to be more consistent. You know what JD can do. Wandell has had a good spring. Miles, we're working at both slot and in the run at running back. So he's a guy that's had some versatility. You know, McQuitty, once again, it's probably consistency on his part, coming in and day out. And when your number's called, when his number's called, he's got to make plays. But you know, all of them are working hard. I tell them all the time, we've got 2 freshmen coming in, and so there's going to be even more competition. So that's what I like about the group, is that they know that something's on the line every time they take the field.
Are you able to project how big of a role Wanda might have right out of the gate next fall?
You know, we're hoping he's going to have a big role. That position he plays is big in this offense. The duck position, where you play both receiver and running back, the more he can do, man, the more valuable he's going to be, and we can create mismatches with him in the pass game, in the run game, and so. You know, as much as he can handle, we'll put on him. But he's going to be a key ingredient to this offense come next fall.
Has he continued to be everything that you thought he would be?
Yeah, he has. He has. You know, he's picked up the offense. He's a student of the game. He understands football. You know, he's always in the office, even when he's out of school. When he doesn't have class or tutoring, he's in the office trying to learn receiver, trying to learn running backs, meet with myself and Coach Held. And so he's a pro. And, you know, for him, it's just continue to lift, get stronger, make sure his body's able to take all the pounding that he's going to take in the fall.
Coach, what do you think that fans are going to go away with on spring game going, ooh, that's interesting, that's cool?
Yeah, we want to continue where we left off last year in terms of the effort, the toughness, execution. We don't want a whole lot of penalties and turnovers and just sloppy play. You know, they're going to see some guys that they didn't see last fall, guys that on offense and defense that will make some plays, and they'll get to know them. But the biggest thing is we want to take pride when we step in Memorial Stadium and in front of 90,000. I mean, great venue. We want to make sure we attack, play with a lot of effort, consistency, and just a clean game. You know, anytime you come to a game and there's a lot of turnovers and penalties, you know, you go away, man, but we want to make sure that fans know that this is a well-coached team that's not going to make the mistakes that we made last year.
You going to see a lot of pace?
Yeah, that's who we are. So we're going to play fast, keep it simple, but play fast and try to execute and try to run as many plays as we can.
Wando was hampered by that hamstring early on. Is he full go, or is that still?
He's still limited. He's still limited with a hamstring, and you know, hamstrings as a former player, you know, I err on the side of caution with hamstrings, and so we're gonna take it slow and make sure that if he can go Saturday, he's healthy and ready to go, and if he's not, then he'll be limited, and we need to make sure he's ready for this fall and really this summer, so he can be healthy this summer to go out and have a good off season and get stronger, get faster, and so we'll be smart with guys that may have some nicks and bruises.
Anybody else out there who will be noticeably limited Saturday?
We'll just have to see. Right now, we'll be smart. Even guys that have played, J.D. Spielman, we'll kind of see where he's at, and he's a guy that doesn't need a whole lot of reps. We know what he can do, and so we got to make sure that he's healthy. And Adrian, I don't know how much he'll play. I don't know how much. But we need to make sure we get out of that game healthy, and really want to see a lot of the young guys who haven't been in that environment see what they can do.
Has Spielman been back to practice?
He's limited. He's been limited. So, we'll just kind of go through the week and see where he is and go from there.
Hey, Coach Beckton was saying that Jack Stoll has really improved with his eye placement when he's out downfield.
Yeah.
How have you seen him kind of take that next step?
Well, we know Jack he's a great run blocker. He's a great inline, tough, physical. He needed to take the next step as a pass catcher, pass receiver, running routes, and you can tell that he's taken to that. He's taken coaching. He stepped up his role in terms of running routes and creating separation at the top of his route, and then when the ball is thrown, having that focus and that concentration to make the play and make the contested play. As a tight end, a lot of times you're not open by 3, 4, 5 yards. There's a linebacker on you, a safety on you, so those guys have to make the difficult catch, and he's done that so far this spring. So we're happy with his progress.
I know you can't really replace what Stanley did, but from a kind of a deep threat standpoint, if Jack is that kind of pass catcher that you envision him being, can he help that a little bit?
Yeah, all the tight ends. When the tight ends are playing well and they're creating separation and they become legitimate pass catchers, that's going to help the receivers on the outside. So all the tight ends are working not only to be great run blockers, but also be more productive in the pass game. We got to find ways as a staff to get our tight ends more involved. And if they do that, then it's going to open up opportunities on the outside for Andre Hunt, Mike Williams, McQuitty, Jerron Woodyard, all those guys. So it goes hand in hand. And if we're doing our job on the outside, it's going to create more space inside for the tight end. So it works hand in hand.